Record. What up, everybody, and welcome to another Stone DM with. There's a lot of guests this time. I'm surrounded. We can go this way first. Oh, that's the wrong way. It's that way. It's that
We
way.
don't know where your screen is, so are
Is
you
that
pointing
me or
to me?
her? Yeah.
Yeah, it's whoever talks really, but
Hi, I'm Lauren.
yep, it's that one. See,
Okay.
we did it. You guys are good at this.
Oh my god, that is pointing to like outside my window when you point
All
that
right,
way.
Roxy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's
a thing.
Roxy. I'm Aurelia.
Oh yeah, I'm Aggie. If I mentioned that.
You probably know that name better than like our
People
actual
yell it at
names.
me a lot. So
I don't know who, like.
I couldn't imagine.
So we are
Definitely not someone
joined.
else whose name also starts with A.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
How many people have A names?
Us.
Oh, I thought you said there was someone else. I was like, how many more?
No, I was referencing her.
Oh.
The way she yells at me.
Yeah, I can actually hear myself being like, Aggie! like, it's
When
just
those
a thing.
pictures that you see and you can read it in the right voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Speaking of that, we have had a lot of you two yelling at each other now that we are venturing into the home of Princess Aurelia in Caresti. Um, I was really struggling with the way that your palace would look, and it doesn't make any sense because like you guys worship the sun and stuff. So like obviously it would just be in the shape of the sun, like a circular shape, like that would
I love that.
like
I think that was like, yeah, that's a great idea. We didn't really put much thought to it. We were just like, mountains? Yes, cool. Um,
Well, yeah, we just found the location and never like did a lot
yeah.
of because we weren't supposed to come here. Like
Yeah, I
this
mean,
isn't. We weren't supposed to play this game for 30 sessions and traverse all of Merej, which literally only the swamp existed because that's where we started.
no shit. No shit. That's all you had planned.
Well, I mean that's we rolled for where the cities and stuff were, where you guys existed
But you
from.
didn't like pre-make them and just
Um,
like,
no, not a lot of them.
oh my God, we're so different. We're so different.
Yeah, because you have like your whole map
I,
ready for when you do one, right?
I'm gonna have every place on the world probably ready before I do mine. I'm gonna have an outline. There's gonna be like parts and places
there
and like written
are
characters.
there are still 3 cities or towns in my game that don't even have the idea of a name yet.
Oh my God.
I
I
know
love that.
I
We
know
haven't
kind
figured it
of
still
what
out.
they do and their importance
Mhm.
in the world, but as far as like what's going on there, no idea.
Who needs to know that? We're not there yet.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I wish I could do that. I wish I could be that person. Because I think about it all the time. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Eddie just sits down and like whatever happens, happens, and he just rolls with it.
I mean a lot of that cuz I have no idea where you guys are going to take me. So like
Yeah.
there is a lot of that's why I try to like get a somewhat idea of what you guys are thinking. That way I can ensure those places are all ready and there
Mhm.
is stuff there for you to have like to lead you different directions or whatever. But as far as that, like I can't guess you guys, so
I mean, I asked him that after the thing last night. I was like, "Did you have any guesses as to what we would like ask for our wishes or gifts?" He's like, "Nope,
Oh, hell
not even
no.
gonna try. Not even gonna
I
cross
wouldn't
the
even
mind."
try.
no,
I
I
had
didn't
no
have
idea.
to.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give them this scenario. I think it'll be pretty fun, especially for the first one to hear it, because they'll be pretty caught off guard, and we'll just see how they feel. Because
Hmm.
I got no idea. And then, like anything that I could have thought of, nobody asked for. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wilds Beyond the Witchlight is when we did, and at the end they all got like wishes, and they got to kind of think about it because they gave them the heads up. I had no idea. It was like the end of the game. I'm like, this could be really crazy.
well,
They
yeah,
get an
that
actual wish.
that was the risk. I was a little concerned about Charlie and what he might just throw out there as like a maybe, because like he's been really lucky.
It's
However,
still weird.
Crackers.
however, he did end with the queen owing him a favor, so like he's still really
That
lucky.
could be crazy.
I feel like part of Charlie though thinks the debt's been paid. He got his crackers. Like I feel like there's a part of him that's like, did I just have to go get them myself? Like I got them now.
But as I feel like actually John himself will not remember it until the perfect moment comes up, and then it'll come to him. He'll be like, the queen owes me a favor, and then it'll just be perfect.
Yeah, because he said like intentionally he's not taking notes for Charlie because Charlie wouldn't do that other than his little doodles. So yeah, I feel like that's probably exactly how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Well, and then the fun thing with him is he always finds out like all of his stuff by himself, and he doesn't care. So like, like every time Charlie learns anything about anything important, he's alone. So like
the monastery and all that, yeah.
Well, there's been other instances where like he was off doing his own thing and like found something or like did something that changed the entire direction of the game, like but
that's great.
Since we are like so deep into this world and it is becoming more of a thing, because like you said, your continent is going to be in the world, so like that gives me a lot more hope, and it makes me solidify a lot more histories, because like I thought this was kind of just going to be a toss away. Like I thought we might I thought we might play with this and then leave, and then like I would develop a new world and like actually be ready for, you know, designing stuff. Because like this
Little
is
did you know,
you
were actually ready. You were ready this entire time.
But like the Land of the Giants, that was very like here we go kind of thing. Like that didn't exist before. I knew that giants were in the land. You guys almost fought one.
That's crazy.
But then I was like, well, no, maybe I'll give them like significance and like have like a thing with them, and then it turned into a much deeper thing than I even ever thought of. Like, and now you guys might have to exile yourselves from the entire world to go there.
I don't know how you're gonna get your mom to let you go. You're gonna have to lie your ass off.
I don't know if I actually want to do that as a character.
Yeah, that's like, that too.
I can't come home.
Well, you can.
Well, if you get caught.
You just
right, and everybody keeps saying that like that's not gonna happen immediately.
We'll just kill him. It's fine.
Well, it has happened immediately in every other time. So
we are not the best at like dealing with situations the right way ever.
Are you sure? Because that sounds like actually what we are the best at. I think that we stick to a plan and we follow it through exactly as we planned it consistently.
And our dice love us, and we always roll perfectly to get out of everything.
Yeah, I didn't waste my 20 on like finding a dress that's not finished or anything. I used it on something good.
We didn't almost die in a river, you know.
When there were stones closer 5 feet back? No. That never happened, Charlie.
Well, I mean, like even the request from Aggie and like trying to just gain information about, and those are presumably the locations that we haven't even, you know, thought of yet. Like, so. Like that could open up some whole new alleys. That was kind of the thing, is I was really hoping to like, kind of just catch everyone in a moment and let them like really think about their character and like feel that for like the time. And I think it worked. Cuz everyone was genuinely surprised. They were all like, "Wait, we got to go to court." Like
Yeah.
we're all in trouble
Yeah.
like
No, I heard
I
right
was
away,
like,
and I was
oh
just like,
no.
what do I want? What would my character do? Like my head started. I barely listened to what the other people were asking for. I
but
started thinking right away.
but also like I said I when I mentioned that I was afraid that I pushed Lafian too far. I don't mean Eric the player. I meant Lafian the character cuz like
Oh,
I
interesting.
thought he was going to run away.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
did
"Oh
too.
no, he's gone." I was like, "I fucked up." Poor Lafian
Shocked
just
when he
like
went up to see Aurelia.
just,
Genuinely, I was shocked that he did that. It makes
Well,
sense. It's like a last ditch effort.
oh
Like
yeah.
he's saying goodbye. Like it makes sense, but I was shocked. Did not see that
I
coming.
actually asked him about that. I was like, I can't believe like you did that. Is it because of my comment? And he was like, no, I already had the wine, and I just thought like, what else do I have to lose? Because I probably am gonna lose my home anyway.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, that's perfect. And
Yeah.
I think even as Aurelia, I thought like, I think Lafian's gonna run away.
Yeah, as soon as
That's why
he
I was
was
like,
like
no, stay.
he's like he got like all down and like he's like, "All right, well, I'm just
Mhm.
going to head out." And I was like, "Oh no. Oh no." I pushed Lafian too far.
I know. I was like, how do I convince this drama boy to stay here?
It was so perfect though. Like I
It was.
knew like I know like that's the kind of stuff that Eric is like waiting for in the game, so like that's super
Mhm.
exciting cuz like I know that I can throw that stuff out there and you guys will be fine and like that changes the dynamic of the game in itself. But how the
Yeah, because he
characters
mentioned.
react like, "Oh
Oh yeah,
no."
yeah. He mentioned like we might see like a little bit different of a Lothian going forward, like because
New
of
sense of
everything.
self or confidence there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing too is like he did his job. And that's the only thing the queen can see, and that's the only thing anybody has said. And you
Mhm.
pledged before the sun that you took charge and did these things on your own. Like,
Which was not a lie, by the way.
well, you,
Like I made Lothian do everything.
Lothian
Like
kept trying to bring you home over and over again, but he has to do what the princess wants. Like that's
um,
his job.
I
so we weren't
wasn't,
lying at all.
I wasn't going to check you guys if you lied or your explanations or anything, because you saying it before the sun god has its own repercussions if you do lie.
Oh, interesting. I wasn't
Like,
going to because I wouldn't want to like disappoint my family that way either, and then also get people like Lafayette in more trouble because it looks like I am trying to hide something.
and it's one of those things where like I love that he rolled bad constitution against the sun and that it hurt,
Hmm.
but he kept looking. Like if he would have rolled well, it would have been okay, you rolled well, but the fact that he rolled bad there I think really added something to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I liked that a
sometimes the
lot.
dice tell the story that we want, you know.
Yeah.
Other times
Like you can't
they
write that.
don't.
Mm.
Sometimes you're a
Like
badass and you can't strike anything in battle.
You just gotta look
it's
cool.
the
It's
worst.
fine.
it's it's like Narai was like so much fun to play, but if I tried to hit anything, I was in trouble. But I got Irwin, so I was good because I had advantage.
Yes, yes.
God.
Narai was so mid. That was
he was.
like that.
I'm so afraid of rolling another character just because of that. I don't want to be average.
Sorry. I'll like we'll re-roll if that
No,
happens.
no, it's
Like,
fine that it happened. It's just like, damn. You can't even be bad
feel
at
like
something? Like
I feel like that suited Narai though.
I
Because he
yeah,
was so dry and down the middle.
yeah,
Like
he was just an average dude.
he's just like whatever about everything. So him having mid stats is perfect.
Yeah, but that's my biggest fear for rolling characters is just being normal. I like if anything, let me just suck. Like negative everything. Like
I mean, I feel like if you roll mid and you want to lower your stats that much, you can.
I think she froze on us.
I do think she froze. She's smiling though, so it's fine.
Yeah. She'll have to hop back in. But as far as Aggie goes, how is she fitting in with the group now?
I mean, like I messaged to the group chat after the campaign yesterday. I was like, Aggie is honestly just like, look, I started off essentially just like a puppet for this charlatan dwarf dude like 2 months ago, and now I'm at the royal store with the princess of the elves saying, "Put it on the royal tab." Like, I'm just riding along for the long haul. I don't I don't really know if I feel connected with the group in that deep of a sense, but clearly sticking with them is working for me. So I'm gonna keep doing it. Although I do think that it was really fun how me and Aurelia's big connection was yelling at Gwen that she both got a golden notebook.
Yeah, and I figured what better thing like would she ask for? Because like gold's invaluable really in the world, and she is committed to the storytelling. Like that is her entire life's goal. So like
Yeah.
we'll write a great story on golden paper. Like
No, I love that. I think it's great. I also love her being set up with Aurelia's brother, essentially.
but like my big thing with her is like I'm so afraid of playing an NPC and like doing it in any like poor fashion that I kind of just don't even play her. Cause like I don't want to be that DM who has the character in the group who's coming up with all the ideas, coming up with like the helpful ways to get. It's basically cheating myself, but also
Yeah, I get what you mean.
making that character look cooler than it's like this character is literally here to hide behind a tree and write like.
Right, and that's why she's kind of like the perfect NPC for us to have kind of adopted, because she's literally there to keep track of what we're doing.
Yeah, she's just described. She'll throw out some bardic inspiration from behind a tree on occasion, like. But she does somehow get hit every battle and hurt and like she has no
Well,
hit points.
she's like a level 2 or something. That poor girl. We're going against these giant frogs, and she's got 24 HP.
Yeah. Yeah, she was not ready for that.
Honestly, she should be dead.
Nope, she has survived everything.
Yeah.
And you guys just keep dragging her along.
Well, I also love what you said about her, about the thought. I was like, well, yeah, you can just dump her off with Aurelia's brother and she can stay there with Orin or whatever. And you're like, well, hi. But you're like,
Hi.
is the queen going to want her to? Or if the queen lets Aurelia go, is she going to want the scribe to continue if she's done a good job telling her story?
Oh,
And I'm
are we
sitting here
talking
and I'm
about
like, oh,
Gwen?
Yeah.
we are. Your favorite.
Like
Because I
that's
asked
fun.
him after the session yesterday about like, well, then she can just stay there with the brother and you don't have to control her anymore. And he's like, well, if she's doing such a good job documenting the princess and making her look so good, if the queen lets you leave, she might want her to keep doing that.
That's absolutely true. I don't know how I feel like because I actually do like the idea of Gwen and Orin. But that would that make it like a different dynamic now because I'm like, but I don't want her to die because then like my brother'd be sad.
But I feel like with you and Laffy and having like strengthened your relationship, you might not have to have as much of that jealousy or
True.
resentment towards her. And especially if she's not going to be clinging on him, if she's fallen with Orin, even if it's long distance, maybe a friendship could blossom quicker than it has between us, between you two.
Yeah, because that's a struggle.
Every time we make progress, we do something to each other.
I feel like we're trying really hard too.
Yeah, I was asking
It's
her
pretty
how
fun arguing with you.
Aggie felt if she was becoming more part of the group. How does Aurelia feel about the group, though?
Still slightly embarrassed.
Can't imagine why.
I'll just start with that. Just like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm being seen in public with these guys. But at
And
the same
defending
time,
these people to the queen, and then they do this shit.
Um,
but at the same time, like, I love them and they're all very genuine with me. And I'm not used to that. And it's like Aurelia also doesn't feel like she has like as detrimental of faults because she can see that her friends have faults too, and like she still like
Faults.
loves them.
Speak for yourself. I'm
Yes,
perfect.
yes,
That makes
yeah,
a lot of sense though, especially because yeah, I bet her whole life it's been yes, princess, okay, princess, you're the best
of course.
princess. Yeah.
I will say that while your mom may not be thoroughly amused with all of them, she is trying to be really patient, and she is happy that you finally brought friends anywhere.
She's just questioning
Like,
your choice of them.
because you,
Me too.
I don't think you've ever had friends.
Oh no.
Like,
You probably hung out with some servants and thought they were your friends.
Well, that's the exact thing. Like, and this is a huge realization for her that like even people who are nice to her might not have been nice to her because they like actually meant it.
Yeah, they went off the room and bitched about you big time.
Like possibly.
possibly.
Like
Maybe not,
depends on
though.
what I was doing.
They probably just loved me, but I guess there's a chance I did a few little things. Oops. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more.
Maybe. I mean, maybe a little bit. So, yeah, I think.
She's never. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I think it's just important that she has these relationships now. So.
And then Aggie's never really had friends either, of like in any capacity. But I don't know if she considers you people friends. I don't think she totally understands the word. I think she's a little
Rude
confused.
Aggie.
Like again, being with you guys has brought me a lot of good fortune, so I'm gonna keep it up. But I don't dislike you. But what is a friend?
And I think that's why we still haven't gotten anywhere. Now that you say it out loud, like, is because it really is like Aggie, we're friends. Like, this is what friends do for each other. This is our group. Blah blah blah. Like, you need to fall in line with the friends, please, Aggie. And Aggie's like, I don't even know if I like you guys.
Like, look, it's survival of the fittest, and so far being with you has kept me pretty fit. So I'm
Ugh,
gonna stick around. I don't
really
think
is
she
like no.
dislikes anyone, but I don't think that she understands what it's like to have people that actually have her back and are there for her and aren't using her in any capacity. And I think she's still very timid. Like, I'm here for a reason. I just haven't figured out what it is yet.
Yeah. And I think one main trait that me and Aurelia share is that she wants everybody to feel the same way she does, the same amount of like anger or love or any of that. And she's just like, Aggie, what is wrong with you? Like, that's
No,
why I yelled at you for not congratulating Bubo and making her feel good because it's like that. No, you should do what I would do. Like, why aren't you feeling the
yeah,
same way I am?
yeah. No, I get that. As someone who, my character doesn't feel that way necessarily, I feel that way
Mm-hmm.
as a human. I get that. How dare you
Yeah,
not be mad about this thing that I'm upset about?
yeah, like
Rude.
exactly.
um, so since this world is kind of becoming more of a thing, and we're gonna add some races with what your land's gonna be, and you said that your people are gonna have, ships and stuff. So that opens up
Yes.
the idea of them eventually making their way to Merej, or is Merej the name of the whole world, and this land has its own name? I don't know about how that
So,
whole thing goes.
yeah, my area's name is Teresa. And yeah,
That's
I'm
cool.
trying to still figure out how like I just think they haven't gotten to the point where they want to venture out yet, or anybody who has ventured out hasn't made it back. So it could have been to Merej. Like, so they're not sending a bunch of ships out because nobody's coming back.
Do you think
Could it
that's
be
where
because
Charlie's from?
Well, it could be a sea monster thing, or like a
exactly
like
Bermuda
you know,
Triangle sort of
yeah.
thing,
But because
or they're just going
my
somewhere and
people
dying?
haven't really hit the ocean yet. They do have ports.
Mhm.
There is ocean stuff. Like if you guys wanted to get on a
Mhm.
boat and go around, you could.
Mhm.
But like they have done no ocean travel. There's no, Ferdinand Magellan or whatever trying to cross all the way around the world or anything yet. Or is there? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Cuz like my world at this point is only 600 years old.
Mhm.
So like I don't know like what timeline yours would be coming in or even what that means in the
Some big
world, like
questions.
yeah.
Well, because how long do the elves live? Is it like 200 or 400 or what?
400 is like
Yeah.
the
Yeah, but
peak.
I think well, we had the dwarves and the elves on the same aging, right?
Yeah, we just capped him at 400,
Yeah.
and then everyone else is like 100.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do something in the future with like no one really around anymore, it would have to be far into the future
Mhm.
to really have that be that far behind.
Cuz I'm thinking even your mom is like 300 or so.
Yeah. Probably.
Like you're almost ready, like
I know, that's the problem.
Yeah, so how old would you say Aurelia is if she had like a normal humanoid lifespan?
She's like I think it's equivalent to like 18 to 20.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably cuz you were what, 120?
Yeah, somewhere around there. I think Lavian's like 140.
Yeah.
Don't tell people about our age gap. No.
I know that's a
20 years.
lot. Ooh, new drama.
Uh, not for elves though. So I think we're good.
What's 20
But
years?
exactly out of 400, you know.
Right, it's like two.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
But
is
I
so
think
in
for
itself. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. I was just gonna say I think for my world, I think 600 could work only because I'm not having really high aged races in that world.
Well, I mean, you could even have yours, at so many years of the world, and that still is
Hmm.
only, 600 for you, but it's 1200 for mine. But like,
Absolutely.
maybe there's another continent that's got, dragons still on it somewhere. Like,
There might still be something. We
but
don't know.
I have dragons. I don't know where they are, but I know they're there. I don't know if
Hey,
they're
we're gonna find this
like
book.
I don't know that they're entirely like real anymore because like I said, the legendary dragon Noken went and became the small moon, which
Hmm.
I think is like technically canon. uh
Oh, that's cool.
like so that might just be a dragon who's waiting to come home one day. That could be
It's
All of a
pretty
sudden, the
cool.
moon
a
just
problem.
disappears.
Well, it would be the second moon because Mirage has two moons.
Hmm.
Right. Intriguing.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so would that be the planet? Is yeah, that it'd have to be, right?
yeah,
We didn't think that far ahead because again, nobody was prepared for this to become such a thing.
not at
So
all.
it's like we're all flying by the seat of our pants
I
right
was
now.
like, two moons sounds cool. And
And
then
I'm like, I guess it does.
It
I
does now.
I
Again,
came
unless
up
the
with the
dragon has gone away.
yeah maybe he left.
Maybe it's just a big like white dragon in the sky, just kind of in a little ball, floating around,
I
hibernating.
feel like I can work with this. We're gonna write lore as we go.
That's literally what I've been doing.
I thought that's what we were here to do today. I'm
I
sorry. Was I
I
wrong?
wrote some silliness why these people exist, and then the life stones like fell into my lap like a couple months ago. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
that's great.
those are a thing.
Which is
Now
wild
that
in
that was
itself.
planned.
that we have like
No.
this whole journey about the life stones, but we don't know where any are. We have no leads, so
Yeah,
we're just like
no
on the
idea.
radar. We'll keep an eye out for another.
Because Eddie's like, I have no idea where they are either. We'll find out
Hey,
together.
those towns that I
I
named?
have
Maybe.
placed them in the world now.
Oh, great.
they have arrived.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I like I said, I wasn't ready for I told you guys we could play this for however long. I just never knew however long would be. And now like the characters are becoming a whole thing, and now it's like this world is 600 years old. Now you guys are basically going to be superheroes of legend, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Some of
if
the
you're in the
best
same
around.
future world, look back and we'll be like, did you hear about that Princess Aurelia and all the things that she
I
did
know.
to the elves? And
I mean, even if you guys die, you guys saved a 9-year-old dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a long life to tell this story.
Yeah.
Well, presuming he makes it that long, because like he is 9.
Oh yeah. But we met plenty of people and impacted a lot of things already. So I feel like, we're already in history somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Gwen's book, like if that does well,
Mhm.
it has royal backing from your family because again, it makes you look
Royal
amazing.
We'll publish it.
So
And
yeah,
next
but
thing I know, I'm in the next one, and we're in a wizard's library, and there's her book.
We did that. We
but
did
like
that a little bit.
that's really exciting though, because like while there's not a lot of room, because I did make it so young to include a bunch of history for all these people, we get to time jump at some point, and the history is telling itself right now with you guys. And then I get to add on to all that and different, and if you guys want to have kids or lineages, and then we get to tell that tale. Like,
make some baby fishermen, Dan. Gotta go.
You guys are gonna have like a hotel and like or like restaurant and bait shop or something.
right next door to
What
Charlie.
What would
down
Aggie do? I
and-
don't know.
We're all gonna settle down in Fort Runoff. I'm gonna have some chickens and marry a fisherman, and Charlie's gonna run his restaurant. Bobo's gonna go be some awesome druid who somehow is like, how do I sell this job for the restaurant? I need to quit.
And I got into real estate.
And there's a
And Lafayette's
princess who
just
has
fine
an
with
Airbnb
it.
in town.
Yes.
Lafayette's there.
Somehow Fort Rudolph is gonna be, I just feel like, where we end up.
Lafayette's just like, how did I get myself into this? I did not
What do
see
you
this as my future.
Somehow
Well, Lafayette
Tej
doesn't
is
end up
still
king of the
kicking.
elves. We failed.
Yeah. Oh, and we're still mad at him.
But I mean,
I'm
also
still-
you guys saved the prince, the high prince. Like, you made an impression there, and he's only like, I think I put him at like 100. Like, so he's got a long time to make an impression with you guys and develop that relationship and have more of a tale. Like, yeah, you guys are really writing history right now. So like, that's the exciting thing for me is like, sure, I didn't get to do all this stuff because like I didn't know, but like we're doing it. So
I think it's fun. It's unique.
Yeah.
I really like the idea as Aurelia, and like as much as I hate being the center of attention in this, and I feel really bad because it's like this is like Aurelia's story, and everybody's just here, and like sometimes it feels that way, and I hate
it really
that,
kind
but...
of became that in a lot of situations.
Yes,
but we do need a main character, so
that's true.
We're following your story. Like, I don't feel like a side character so much as just like a sidekick, and that refuses to admit I am.
Oh, that's great. Well, and that's... I just like the idea of like establishing these relationships, though. Like the fact that Prince Aiden's close to my age, and like that might be the person that I have to work with forever, and like establishing that kind of stuff is pretty cool.
You guys are gonna make a giant royal kingdom and screw Lafayette.
No,
Surprised
not
there
like
hasn't
that.
been an attempted arranged marriage. You said
I
not
mean,
to
that's true.
Lothian
That
like
could
that.
happen. Now that you've said it, Eddie's gonna use it and be like,
No.
okay, so what
No,
I was thinking.
he in his letter to ask for you to invite him to the Summerfest included his betrothed. He was like,
Oh,
you know,
well.
and
Oh, so he has a betrothed.
would you invite us, you know, as your guests?
Yes.
Like,
Well, that's fun though.
no, I wouldn't
No,
do
but
that to you. But if you take too long in picking one, your mother will.
True.
Yeah, you're gonna have
That's
to
true.
speak up eventually about Lafayette and make it known if that is your decision. That's what you want at some point. That's
Oh,
coming.
she's getting kicked out.
Yup.
It's not even gonna be
Yeah.
up to
Really
her.
happy.
All the elves are gonna vote on it. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know if that's how that works. So, like, my plan, and this is totally really coming out, but like, my plan was to absolutely just like wait till I was queen, and then I could be like, I can do whatever I want, and I'm gonna marry Lothian.
No, you guys should elope like halfway across the world and come back and be like, "Well, Mom, we got married, and the sun god did grant, say yes to the union. So, saying better
What are
than
you
the
gonna
sun
do?
god."
I guess it depends
Yeah.
on if you get to leave, where the heartstones are,
Yeah.
what you do to find them, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe Lothian makes himself a hero among the people, and they want you to marry him.
Or one of us fucking dies, and it's a tragedy.
There's that too.
We can't get rid of that option that you don't know.
Like,
I mean,
yeah.
Saying all you want, we almost died in a river.
Yes.
we have the need for some real drama in the group, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
But like kind of what you said too, in terms of like after like what Aggie would do, I have no idea. I don't think she has any idea what the fuck she wants out of life.
Yeah.
Like as much as I'm like, oh, these are ideas, I feel like at the end of the day, I don't know what the fuck this girl wants.
Do you think Aggie would ever just walk away from the group?
I've thought about that a few times doing that. Honestly, like there are certain things that, again, I feel like if it starts to go bad for her, then she will, because I feel like as much as she doesn't like dislike them and she respects them and she does have some love for them that I don't think she's like willing to admit to herself that she has for them, I kind of feel like if it starts going bad for her, she'd be like, look, the luck ran out here, it's time to go find it elsewhere. But again, she's literally going into stores and saying put it on the royal tab right now. She's living the best life that she ever knew she could have.
Aggie is not genuine. I'm so upset.
That's the thing.
I'm upset. Like,
everything she says to you is genuine. She yells at you all the fucking time, and that's super genuine.
Okay, that's true. Not genuine. It's just
I think
I'm so
that
upset.
she has like friendly love for you guys, but is not willing to accept that. Like she just recently like left her dad in that troop because they were horrible people, and she wanted to she doesn't trust people. And then she finds you guys, and you seem great, and I feel like she's starting to develop attachments, but she's not letting herself give into them because she just doesn't trust people as a whole. But like, if anything, she likes you guys more than she's willing to admit she likes you guys.
She's willing to get out of there when to go and get stuff. Fuck you,
I feel
Aggie.
like there is some degree of that. Yeah, I think if she starts like things just keep getting harder, or if she feels like she's not having any sort of say, or if anything gets in the way of what she would consider her free will, she's out. Or like if the Lightstone stuff happens, and for instance they do try to take it from the halflings, I've said many times I'm gonna turn on you people like that.
I already said Aggie's gonna have to die.
Oh, I'm aware I will die in that situation, but I might take one or two of you out as I go.
Okay. It'll be Lothian's greatest moment.
Scenario. I literally pictured as me and Lothian dueling.
Oh, absolutely. That's
like
that how it would
somehow. Go. And it's gonna be in like there'll be a moment where someone's like, "Well, should we help them?" They're like, "I feel like it should be a one-on-one fight."
I guess
that's how I see that going down.
We would have to then decide how we feel about player character PvP stuff.
We've done tons of PvP already.
We have minor interactions of PvP.
Not
Although
full
that is
PvP.
a very specific situation that would have to happen for that.
Right, and that's very
Yeah.
story involved, and I think I would vote yes
Should just let it happen.
to let it play out. Yeah,
I think
depending
so
on
too because
I think it would be a table vote though. Like, how
Like
do we
whether
feel about
anything would
this? Like,
happen to Lothian or not, that would be the end of Aggie in the series because like she would be away from the group and be gone. Assuming
right.
Lothian lives and everything, or I live or whatever, that's essentially a character death in a way, and I would have to make a new one.
It's a different kind. Like you would
Mhm.
just move her to a character in the world, kind of.
she'd go
She'd
join
probably
the
have to go into
sheriff
hiding
and the
somewhere
Naga.
if she survives. Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd just go be a bad guy with them. Where are they at? Are they together? How many of them
It
are
could be a
there?
thing.
You guys are
But
just
then it's
making
the
a whole
problem
list of
is-
bad guys now.
Yeah.
I have +0 on my wisdom. My Maul of Vengeance, if someone does damage to me, I have to roll a 15 or higher to not try to finish the fight and kill them or they kill me. So if the fight starts, unless I can roll a 15, even if I want to stop it, I can't.
I think I'd be for the PvP because I think we're all mature enough that we're not just like trying to fuck with each other, and that's why we're PvPing to just like,
Right,
oh,
killing
I'm just
you in
being
the
a
middle of the
murder
night.
hobo.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm not-
I
yeah.
just want to see what it's like. No,
Right.
it would be like a legit situation where we wouldn't have a chance, like a choice, but these characters would do this. That's like the only choice that we have.
Yeah, and again, it's not like I'm coming in the middle of the night and being like, "Ooh, I want to kill you," just because I want to kill
Mhm.
you, and you can't fight back because you're asleep. It's
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it would be a very specific situation.
Yeah, I told her about an example I had seen where a guy was murdering his other players in their sleep. And
Like, no, you can't
I'm
do that.
not
That's all I'd
okay
say.
with that.
No.
Like,
I'd be like, no, that doesn't work. Like, they wake up. Congratulations, move on.
well,
Like,
no, like, I need you to make a new character because, like, why do you have a
Yeah.
murderer? I told you to make a good guy. What are we doing here?
yeah.
And my thing with that is, if you're gonna have a character that's against the group or maybe murderous to the group, it has to be talked about beforehand before you start the thing, and people will agree upon it. And B, I was like, well, what if they did a thing where they have to roll a d20 and then they could try to kill somebody? Like, I feel like if the group's okay with it, there's a way to do things. You can't just go into the campaign, pretend to be a good guy, and come up and start killing them in the middle of the night.
If
No one's gonna have fun.
if someone had an idea that they wanted to be a player who was going to eventually turn on the group and they wanted to do it in secret, I would work with them to do that as long as I would have to be able to announce, hey, you know, there's going to be maybe some situations where some people may not be working for the group. Like, that way people can be aware and at least try and catch it, like, in character. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be agreed upon, but like you can't just spring that on people at all. And I feel like Nefli was almost in that situation where I could have veered away from the group and like agreed to do things for Strahd instead. So like that kind of stuff does come up, and part of being a player is, besides having a reason to go with the plot, you also have to have a reason to be with the group. Like you have to agree that like, oh, I'm gonna try to be cohesive for some reason.
Yeah.
that's when I try and start a game, that's really all I ask for. Like, that's what I want you, unless we're playing a bad guy thing, I want you to just be
Right.
people who want to adventure in a group.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is why I thought about, like, again, we were talking about would Aggie ever leave the group? In certain situations, I feel like she would, but it would take quite a bit to get her there.
Yeah, but
Like,
she's
right now-
finding a reason. You're finding reasons for Aggie to be there, and that's part of like our job. And if you can't anymore, then you like you said, you roll up a new character and Aggie moves on.
Right.
I think just thought of a really fun idea for our one shot.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
I might
I'm
have to
scared.
make everyone play a dwarf though.
Well, a couple of us are gonna be like, but that's okay. We'll live. Yeah.
Maybe
We'll
not
be
though.
okay.
This is really mysterious and ominous, isn't it?
It is. I have to think about what class I want to play. I'm almost always a warlock on one shots.
I think it would be fun. Would you guys want to be bad guys?
Always.
I'd be down.
I think I got a really good idea.
You can see the wheels moving.
We're watching this one shot get written in
I'm kind
real
of afraid what
time.
we said that triggered this. Now I'm kind of scared. We're talking about murdering each other.
We're talking about killing in the middle of the night.
And he's like, oh, wait.
Great idea.
I got it. So yeah, now I'm scared.
Oh, I'm excited. It'll be fun. One shots are always just stupid fun.
Is there
Exactly.
anything like any kind of monsters or anything you guys like would want to potentially come across, or scenarios maybe you would want to see, or like environmental disasters or anything? Like, we wiped a town off the map. It's a good thing I didn't design all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was really cool though. I think that was a lot of
The
fun.
group of people was fun.
I really enjoyed us having worked together against a large group of things instead of just one particular monster or something. I really liked having more than one to hit.
Yeah.
I think that was cool. I never have certain enemies I want to go up against because all the enemies that I like the most I want to use.
Oh, I mean,
So
like
I've
even
never,
like cool monsters or anything, like.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
okay.
want to use those cool monsters.
Oh, okay.
Like when I'm like DMing, so I'm like, I don't want to give them the cool monsters that I want to run.
Okay, I get that. Save them.
So that's hard for me.
Well, we have very different tastes too, so that makes it a lot of
Absolutely.
fun. So.
Yeah,
I know you have
feel like
dinosaurs
my
in the
world.
world. I want to fight. I don't know if I've fought any of them. Like Aggie, actually.
There are dinosaurs, yeah. There can be
like
other
them. They're
ones
cool.
if you have any ideas. Just say that's the one you see. I don't care.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that like I've seen that like I wouldn't plan on using. That I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, like the displacer beast, I wanted to try and throw that in there, but you guys all didn't randomly run into it. I think do I rely on randomness too much for the encounters, or like, I don't know.
I mean, that's up to you because we still run into things, but like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm gonna do this now.
Yeah. Like, see, that's like,
I'm just like, I feel like this is a good time. We're doing it. Fuck it. That's how I DM.
Did you do that with the quicksand, or did we roll for the quicksand?
You guys rolled for it.
We did? Okay.
I designed the Hydra. Like.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like a lot of things. But like even the displacer beast was only in one location. Like, should I have just moved it to wherever you guys landed? I don't think so though. Like, I don't know.
I do. I'm just like, oh, well, I wanted, like, I don't know. I'm just like, right now feels like a good time. This feels like a good area. Like, I'll have a list of things, and sometimes I'll roll if I'm like, whatever, I don't know. And whatever's left, I'll just be like, this is good sometimes. You know, sometimes I'm random, and sometimes I'm like, nah, this feels right.
Yeah.
I really like the frogs and the fact that after the battle still had like negative possible results. I feel like that added some like tension and drama to it, whereas it's not just like the thing's dead.
I do have a couple more things in store for that, so that's good. That's kind of just coming out more with us getting better at the game and the world kind of expanding a little bit. Like, a lot of the monsters that we've already seen have had more effects that I kind of just haven't used. Because we're still learning the game the way I see it, even though, you know, for some of us it's been a couple years, even you, it's been a couple of months. Like, there's still
Right.
so many different monsters in the game and so many different abilities that they all have, and like if you just throw it at people immediately, they're fucked. But also,
Yeah.
if you only give them the wolves and the, you know, the lions and
Hmm.
the bullshit for level 1, then they're not going to have any experience learning about these other monsters. So I just dumb things down on occasion.
It makes sense because then it's more interesting the next time we fight them, and it gives it like the ability to fight the same thing more than once. Because that's what I
Yeah.
struggle with is like, man, I can't come up with 50 fucking monsters to put in here. Like, you
Right.
know, so how do you do that? Like, running it differently or a couple times makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Like the first time it's again the one, but you just kill it. You don't deal with the results. Maybe next time someone gets infected, or there's two of them, or a
Hmm.
mother and their children, or
Yeah.
Um, are you guys excited to fight the giants? If Aurelia didn't want to go there and risk her life, or you know, her livelihood even, and the rest of the group did, would you maybe play a different character while they went and, you know, Aurelia did Aurelia things?
I know. I don't know what character I would do because I don't know if I want my backup character
Involved with
like
these guys?
yeah, like well or I don't know if I'd want my backup character to just be like a permanent character and I'd want to
Right.
like add in something more from the story like sending a different elf instead,
Ah.
you know, would make more sense in this situation.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
or your family doesn't want to risk any more elves because there's only 120 of you.
Very true.
But I mean, that's always a possibility too, you know, because I feel Charlie will definitely want to go with Bubo.
Yeah.
And I think Bubo is pretty committed to going.
Yes.
After you guys figure out what's going on with Mr. BK over there.
who's that? I've never heard from them or about them at all.
I
um
feel like Lafayette would probably go with too because Myrddin asked him to take care of
You
Bubo.
don't think he would stay with you?
I don't know. I
I
don't
feel like
know.
he'd be really torn.
Yeah, I don't know what
I
Lafayette would do.
I didn't think about that. I don't know either.
Because
Yeah,
on one
right?
hand,
Like,
you're like safe with the elves, like you're good there. You don't
Well,
really
yeah,
need
I
his
guess
protection there, but also,
it would depend on if you're taking your potential new royal guard off on an adventure on your own while they go there.
I
little
didn't
side
think
quest.
of that as a possibility.
And now
either.
everybody has to play new characters for different games until they meet back up.
And like that's the other thing too about like my
It'd be kind
reasons
of
for like
fun.
It would be.
for like why Aggie would stay. I don't know if she wants to go to the Giants. Like on one hand, could be an exciting challenge. On the other hand, it's a lot about stealth, and she knows that she's not really a hide around the trees and bushes type. She's more of a go up and hit things type. And the thought of a stealth mission, I don't know how much that intrigues her.
Well, I mean, if you kill what catches you, you didn't get caught.
See, that's the part that sounds fun, but
Be
fatal.
so it could be Bubo, Charlie, and 3 members of the council go, and then you know Aggie, Aurelia, and Lafayette going off to do something else in the world with 2 other people that
Right.
happen upon.
And then we have two little separate storylines. We're playing different people.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real
Done it.
obligation for anybody to choose anything right now. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I assume the group will probably want to stay together to go see the Boar King.
Yeah.
But, I mean, after that, then what? Like, everyone really has to make a decision. But I mean, it could be kind of cool to create some different characters and run both groups on, you know, different weeks or something, and
Mhm.
Like, or you know, while one's traveling, we'll play this one, and then that one gets there, and then this one's traveling, and
Right.
I'm gonna
It's an
take
interesting
like
way to split it
my
up.
one
but
hat on, one hat off.
Right. Remove the crown, replace the
Yes.
crown.
but then again, I mean, Bubo could guilt trip Aurelia into it.
I see. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah,
I feel like I may already need to prepare a character for that, just because, like, first of all, I can't imagine my family sending their only daughter somewhere she might, very likely won't come back.
I,
Everybody who's been sent there,
I'm 100% sure the Queen will not
yeah,
want to send you.
would not. So I'd
You
have
would
to
have to
lie
lie.
and go.
Yeah, that's.
Well,
I
yeah,
was
you would
thinking about
just
that.
have
But I might.
to
That's the
like run
only way.
away after the Boar King
But
or
also,
something.
Aurelia, as much as she wants to go adventure and meet like people in town, she seems very aware that she does have a eventual responsibility. And again, the things
Yeah.
that she's doing do keep her to like meeting the people that she's going to be to some degree ruling or ruling alongside of their ruler,
Mhm.
you know, in some way. So I feel like going to the Giants for her doesn't benefit her in any way. If anything,
Right.
it's just going to take her away from the thing that again she does know is one day she's gonna have to come back and rule.
Yeah, and as much as she wants to support Bubo, because Aurelia loves Bubo, I feel like she has supported her a lot, and I feel like Bubo would understand. Like, this
Right.
is too risky. Like, I just can't. Like,
Bubo might not
there,
even let you go. Like she'd be like, "No,
right,
you can't do that." Like Bubo's really nice.
because yes, it, like, as much as Aurelia is a brat, and like she is very selfish. Like, she does care about her family and her people. Like, a lot of what she said was very legitimate,
Yeah.
and she wouldn't do something that stupid. Like, she's done some stupid stuff, but she felt more confident. Like, Lafian's
Right.
there. Like, my friends are there. Like, this has to be done. This is more like she's putting herself in danger on purpose.
And
Yeah.
again, the thought of if you get caught, even if you like didn't die or something happened, the thought of
I can't come
excommunicate
home.
now, you can't come back. You also probably wouldn't be able to wear
Mhm.
like any sort of gold armor or insignia. You would have to
Mm.
lose your identity
Mhm.
entirely.
Yeah, like and I will say that like Aurelia can feel pretty confident that she has all but convinced her mom to let her continue
Mhm.
traversing the world. If she breaks that trust to try and, do
Oh yeah.
something this dumb, like
Too dangerous.
And
Yeah,
then
that's just stupid.
the
cuz
other thing is like I have never like had an opinion really on too strong about like our next steps of where we should go other than the Hydra that we were kind of headed towards already. When I get the information about my family, I might actually have opinions. I don't know.
And I might be interested in helping you find that, since if they're going somewhere else.
We could finally be friends. You help me, and then we're friends.
But that might be, that doesn't sound super dangerous. Even though we might
Right,
run into danger, it might be like oh, well, we'll just, be a liaison since
right.
it's not that far away. I don't know. Addie's the one that's supposed to be writing this. We're just like, oh, it could be this and this and this.
And that's the whole thing.
Sorry.
Back to guessing, we can plan as much as we want, and like you can plan the world as much as you want. Who knows what the fuck the other people are gonna do?
we
Yeah.
have to
Or
figure
what
out
roles
what
will do.
happens and all the things that are involved in that.
Yeah.
I
Crazy.
I took some pretty big liberties. We're getting close to some long time. We'll start wrapping it up, but I took some pretty big liberties with Thavel. I think that is
Mhm.
going to lead to some pretty interesting storylines and
Love it.
developments.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
yeah, and
that, like, there's a little bit of intrigue in there too.
I've never really thought about like, to be honest, Lafian's like history and family and anything like that. So this drama, for me, both as a player but also as just someone watching like the other stories unfold, never even
Mhm.
considered it having more there. I just figured they don't like him. He's a moon elf.
Yeah.
But now knowing that his like dad was like killed in a coup or whatever, essentially,
His
I don't even think Lafayette knows
Or
that. Nobody knew
excommunicated
that.
or what? Yeah.
Yeah.
no, his dad was banished for being a moon elf, but he
Right.
was turned in investigating a different murder. The
Right.
murder of the
So, yeah,
old
the
High
fish.
Captain.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And like Aurelia would know, like elf on elf murder is like the worst crime to commit
Yeah.
because there are no elves, so like
There's,
you
like,
can't
barely
kill
any of us.
elves. So
Right.
like, not only did they someone kill the High Captain potentially, but it was probably an elf, and that's what Lafian's father may have been ready to uncover. But then, moon worshipper.
Oh my gosh, you adding a conspiracy? I never saw that coming.
Honestly, it's really good, and like, you know, although, something like racism isn't a great subject, it does add to all these events that also lead to a deeper understanding, and understand like why we don't like, pale elves, or why we have problems with that, and how it's so misunderstood, and how it leads to these other issues.
And also just showing how something like that can start from like one thing that happens and then expound into
Hmm.
something institutional.
Yes.
But I will say that the liberties that I took with Thobel, I think, are still small compared to this other thing I have in mind.
Oh God, I don't know what he's talking about.
Uh,
Neither do I.
It's crazy.
I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm glad. It's been
Um,
fun so far, so just go for it.
Yeah, well, you guys are all heading in the right direction, so as long as that keeps happening, we'll be able to figure it out. I think it'll be a really
Nice.
cool reveal, big thing. As long as
I'm
it works,
excited.
and if not, then oops.
Then you're like, forget that I said anything.
No, I would
This
just be
episode
like,
actually
oh,
wasn't
that's
canon.
not like as cool as I thought it would be. Whatever. But
It
yeah,
happens.
no,
It happens. Like, you can be excited for something, and then like everybody's like, yeah, cool, and you're like,
I will
yeah.
say I don't know how Aurelia will feel when she finds out.
Oh no.
And I don't know what her reaction would be, but I think it'll be a lot of fun for everybody.
Oh, and Aurelia?
Yeah. I just don't know. I don't know
Okay.
I don't know the choices she'll make in that situation.
I don't either.
You're gonna
I
kill
mean,
the
she's
queen.
honestly. Yeah, shut up.
I have some
She's one of those
characters in
characters.
mind who may need to die, but the queen is not on my list. Aurelia is
Please.
not coming to royalty yet. Like,
Oh, please no.
we would have to write her off then, because the queen can't do that.
Yeah, I just gotta go.
No.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't know what Aurelia's gonna do about anything either. She's one of those characters I have where I don't know. She's one of the first ones. She just does it herself, sort of, when I'm there.
You got into the mindset and you just are Aurelia.
Yep.
But
I don't even know. Last second.
Yeah, the second we sit at the table, we start fighting. It's great. We're in character.
Perfect.
I appreciate you guys for joining me. It was a lot of fun sitting here
Yes.
yapping about this. And don't forget to smile, guys.